guys, thanks for joining me for another bike parts video. So today is episode 2 in my Corona-cation 2020 video log. So I am on my way now up to the far reaches of Florida, about a 4.5 hour journey each way to go pick up a motorcycle. So you can see the trailer, got it hooked up. I left my house at like 5:30 this morning in the rain to go get this bike. I leave on my road trip in like 4 days, so soon. So I wanted to go get the bike. I still got to get it titled, got to get it cleaned up. Fortunately, everything about the bike, from what I've read, from what the guy has told me, seems like it should be a good road trip bike. Tires are good, all that stuff. So I'm not taking the Dyna. The Dyna is not done. I was hoping that it would be. Perhaps I was a little bit too ambitious. A buddy of mine that's got a shop here in Sarasota, I tasked him with doing the motor, the primary, and the tranny with me, just because of the length of my trip. I wanted to know that all that stuff would be done really excellently. I don't know if that's a word, excellently, but I didn't want to trust myself with the magnitude of my trip, you know, the potential for something breaking down because of something I did. So he calls me and he says, hey, the bike's done, come pick it up. So I hook up the trailer, I drive over to pick it up. It's on Friday afternoon at like 5:30 and they're closed on weekends. So I'm like, perfect, I'll get the bike, I'll work on it over the weekend. It still gives me about, I think at that point I had about 15 days before my trip. So I thought, I'll go grab it, I'll finish doing all the work myself, I'll do 500 miles of shakedown, re-torque everything, re-inspect everything, and then hopefully everything will be good to go for the journey. So I get there on Friday, right before they close, to pick up the bike, and it will not roll off the lift. In fact, it won't roll. It'll go from neutral to first and then up to second, but it won't roll any more than that. And they said everything went together really well as far as bolting it all up, but the bike straight up will not roll off the lift. So I said, just keep the bike. I'm gonna fall back to plan B because of just the amount of time before I leave. I'm just cutting everything too close. So he calls me on the following Monday when they had a chance to tear back into it. And on the transmission door where your main shaft and counter shaft ride, there are 2 bearings. And they don't really do a whole lot but just give the shaft something to ride on. But when they've got 2 nuts that on the outside of the door just kind of tighten down and hold everything from sliding in and out. Well, when the counter shaft nut is torqued down, it just locks up the entire transmission. So he's suspecting that either the door is warped or that bearing is just trash, but probably the door is warped because when it's tightened down, it binds up the whole gear set. So anyways, now my transmission's got to be fully disassembled and that door is probably going to end up having to be replaced. Needless to say, with me leaving, in less than 10 days, it was like, this isn't going to happen with what all has to be done before I leave. So I got online, found a bike, I'm on my way to pick it up, and that's going to be the bike that I'm going to take on the journey. So yeah, you'll see the bike in a minute. Here we go. So this is it. It is a 2014 Honda CTX 1300. So it's got the V4, fuel injected, the tank sits down in the frame, it's got the hard luggage, there's my saddleman pack that I'm also going to be using, but I got plenty of storage on the sides and the top now that I can put my rain gear or anything extra that I need. The guy that had it before me put CB radio on it, which is pretty handy. And it already has the tall windshield. I went ahead and added my spoiler to the top just for the fun of it, but it should be a good bike. We'll see.